Well, hello everybody, and welcome to what is part 3 of part 4, if that makes sense. Here we are in San Jose, in Costa Rica, on a balmy evening. Balmy in two ways: balmy as in heat, and balmy as in crowd. The crowd have been outside pretty much most of the day, making an immense din, which is always great. I mean, they're very passionate here, obviously, and this has been on front page of the news and newspapers and TV and everything else. So obviously a huge event here for Costa Rica, and very exciting it is too. And you can see the people streaming in behind me as they're getting here. But it's only got a few hours to go yet. We've got about 3 hours before even the first band appears, so they're already getting pretty excited. But saying that, we're sort of going into South America, and things get hotter, as Bruce likes to say. And we've just had 3 shows in Mexico, in Monterrey, Guadalajara, and Mexico City. So in fact, they were so good, I think we should show you a quick clip. Here you go, here's a little bit for you now. Yes, Mexico. Gotta love it. Burritos and everything. Good beer as well. Actually, it was good. Even had Jameson's for you, Johnny, didn't they? Jameson's at a local bar. He was very happy. Very merry as well, but we won't go into that. But we have managed to catch up with yet another member of the band. We managed to catch up with the one and only Mr. Bruce Dickinson, who sat down with us in Guadalajara, and we had a sit down and a long chat with him about all things planes, which he knows a lot about. So here we go, this is what we had a chat about. Well, hello everybody from a very steamy Monterrey in Mexico. It's gig day today, and mayhem is breaking out down at the venue as we speak, although we've managed to travel back here to the hotel, where we've managed to catch up with singer, author, fencer, pilot, radio presenter, TV presenter. Is there anything you don't do?
Wear my sunglasses
go-kart
here.
driver.
Wear my sunglasses and hide here.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Film producer's another one. The one and only Mr. Bruce Dickinson.
Hello.
And we're going to start off by basically asking you a simple question. How are you feeling so far?
All right, actually. Yeah, it's good. This in a sense now is the this is the hard gigging bit of the tour now, because the bit we've had so far has been some gigs, but most of the travelling has been hard. I mean, we've gone 3/4 of the way around the world in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. No, 2 weeks basically, which is pretty astonishing when you look at where we've been and what we've done, and just from every point of view, it's been very successful. What's amazed me is how seamlessly it's gone. Touch wood, if I could find a bit, and my forehead will do. It's compared to last year, which was a big learning curve. Nobody's ever done anything like this before, so we were sort of pioneering it. But we really learnt the lessons of last year, and I've got to say that everything's been running like it's on rails. I mean, certainly the flying operation has been running like a watch. I mean, really, really fantastic. In fact, I don't think scheduled carriers, like scheduled services, don't leave on time as often as we do. It's really pretty amazing, considering different countries, different emigration, loading cargo. Really cool.
Yeah. Okay, so last time we spoke was in Budapest.
Yep.
I believe. And have you had time to reflect on sort of the activities of last year? What was achieved in,
I mean,
it's all just a blur.
It all starts to, because no sooner had we done the 6-7 weeks of touring on the aeroplane, and we had a short break, and it was straight back into huge European festivals and headline shows, and then America. I mean, so the summer was absolutely massive. And then we've had quote unquote a break, but of course whatever there's anything, this started to loom large, and even this got extended and added to, and the Florida date at the end, which we thought, well, we haven't been to Florida, let's just try. Of course the thing's selling out like crazy, which is great, so it's a really good thing we added that. But no, to answer the first question, it all was a little bit of a blur last year, because I think the adrenaline kick of the first 6-7 weeks, as sort of groundbreaking as it was, it's quite hard to top. But then again, you go to Ullevi Stadium and you do 55,000, and you do all those Scandinavian shows, and that's pretty hard to top as well,
Well, we're all back on Air Force One, as you pointed out, 3/4 of the way around the world. Now, obviously, you fly professionally all the time for Australis Airlines. I mean, does it feel any different with us in the back than it would do for a normal commercial flight, or is it the same? Does it feel routine to you?
Yeah, it's a bit more tail heavy.
That'll be the 12-13 tons of gear in the back then.
Yeah. No, I mean, we're always, I say we, with my, pilot flight crew hat on, there's always an awareness that, whilst it's, it's another flight, and we have to operate it exactly as we would a commercial flight in terms of safety parameters and things like that. We're obviously conscious that you've got a lot of very special people in the back, and a lot of very special equipment on board, and so everybody on the flight crew is always conscious of trying to go the extra mile to make things work, and being proactive the whole time. This is an unusual situation, but again, we've brought a chap called Fernando out, who helped us out in Brazil at the end of last year, because he works for Australis. He happens to be a Portuguese speaker, and which is handy in Brazil, clearly. But he is our sort of guru for all things to do with ground handling, and the operation of the airliner itself, without wishing to be blasé, is relatively straightforward. It's the same everywhere, and pretty much everywhere in the world. But it's the ground handling things that will really mess things up in terms of the schedule and stuff like that. So that has to go smoothly. And having him on board the aircraft, and sometimes flying ahead, as he did in Bangalore, to go to places, means that things just move so smoothly. And we do have there is a sort of a 2-tier system, which everybody's conscious of. I mean, you've got the road crew, and then you have Rod and the band party.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And they as it were get the VIP access and everything else. So operating the aircraft as a sort of a 3-class combi, really. You have the cargo in the back,
yes,
3rd class. Then you have the road crew and everybody else. That's sort of like normal economy cattle class. Yes. And then you have the VIPs. That's sort of bizjet class that goes in the front. And it's with some amusement that I have to fall into one camp or the other. There's a 4th camp, of course, which is flight crew. Yeah. So when I'm operating as flight crew, I always end up at the hotel about 4 hours later than everybody else, because I stay on the airplane and clean it and stuff like that. So anyway.